Seeker. Written by Suzana Thompson. Performed by Heather Firth. Chapter 29. My relationship with Silas is great for the next 3 months. It's so easy to be happy with him when he never does anything to upset me. We discuss anything that I want to talk about, because Silas doesn't appear to be bored by any topic of conversation. He doesn't have any preconceived notions about how a guy is supposed to act, and he's open to anything I suggest. We go shopping together, and he stays beside me as I browse the racks. I found a top I like, but I'm debating which color I should get it in. Tell me which one looks better, I request as I hold each one in succession against my chest. They all look good, he tells me. But which one looks the best? I demand in exasperation. Chloe would have had a decisive opinion on it, I think, and I miss her strongly in that moment. Get them all, Silas urges me. Do you think I'm rich? I retort. I still need to get some shorts and a bikini. That's not actually true, since I really don't need new clothes. My summer clothes from last year still fit me, but I want to get a few new things for my family vacation to Florida. Silas made reservations at the same hotel when he found out about it, but I haven't dared to tell my parents that he'll be there too. Justin knows, because Silas mentioned it one day when he was at our house after school. He's deemed it okay to come over to my house as long as someone else is home. I swore Justin to secrecy about Silas following me to Florida. He agreed, but he brought up the question of what will happen if our parents see him at the hotel. It'll be too late for them to cancel the reservations once we're at the hotel, I reasoned. You're not sneaking him into our room, Justin admonished me. Silas wouldn't even do that, I assured him. Justin became uncomfortable with the conversation then. I forgot he has his own room. It's on you if you get caught. I'll say I was asleep and didn't even know you left our room. It's not even like that, I insisted in indignation. Silas wants to wait until we get married, so stop thinking that I'll be sneaking off to his room, because I won't. Silas wants to wait? Justin asked me with a smirk. Not you? My face flamed, and I quickly amended my statement. We want to wait. That's not what you said, he teased. Shut up, I retorted, and walked upstairs to escape to my room. I could hear the brat laughing at me until I shut the door. That was not a conversation I ever wanted to have with my 13-year-old brother. I left that part out when I related to Silas that Justin wouldn't tell our secret to my parents. Now I need you not to tell them either, I reminded him. He'd somehow managed not to blurt it out to them, and I had relaxed enough to imagine us having fun together in Florida. This shopping trip is about getting him some beach clothes, too. He offers to buy me the top I want in every color, but I refuse to let him pay for my stuff. You need to get some shorts for yourself, I tell him, and some swim trunks. I lead him over to the guy clothes. Get enough shorts for a week, and at least one pair of swim trunks. You can try on stuff in the fitting room. I know that he shopped for clothes by himself before, because he complained to me that his jeans had become uncomfortably tight. You need to get a bigger size, I had advised him. It was no surprise that he was gaining weight with how much he loved to eat. Then I noticed that he had started losing it. Did you start working out? I asked him. Working out? He questioned. Exercising, I clarified. Like jogging. Do you want me to do that? He asked. I was just asking because you're losing weight, I explained. I thought you did it by exercising. I'm eating less, he told me, because gluttony is a sin. While I knew that becoming overweight wouldn't be good for his health, I was disturbed by how much his life was being controlled by the Bible. This was the only point of contention in our relationship, but I held back from arguing about it. Just don't starve yourself, I pleaded, remembering the story about Jesus fasting for 40 days. Since I had seen him eating lunch at school every day, my worry was eased. After our conversation, he apparently looked up facts about exercise and began spouting them at me. Exercise lowers your risk of many diseases. I know, I said. What kind of exercise do you do? He inquired. None, I admitted. I haven't done any since I stopped having to take gym. You need to exercise for good health, he insisted. We must begin immediately. I convinced him to start with walking, but I would have quit the routine if he hadn't showed up every day at my house after school. We must walk faster, he urged after reading up on the benefits of walking. We should barely be able to hold a conversation. I rolled my eyes at his enthusiasm, but I smiled when he beamed at me after our workout. I feel good, he proclaimed. Eventually, we started jogging, and after a few months of exercising 5 days a week, I love the results I've gotten. My legs look great in the bikini I try on, and I'm really excited about summer. I wonder how Silas will look in his swim trunks. He was rail thin and deathly pale the last time I saw him without a shirt. We leave the department store with our purchases, and I look through Silas's shopping bags once we get to the car. He bought plain navy blue swim trunks, but he got shorts in all different colors for each day. My new bikini is an aqua blue, and I bought 2 new pairs of shorts in pastel colors. Silas also rummaged through my shopping bag and is holding my bikini top in his hand. This is a beautiful color, he says as he stares at it. He drops it back into the bag and strides away to the other side of the car and stands looking into the distance. I walk over to stand beside him. What's wrong? He looks at me. I don't like lying to your parents. Lying is wrong. We're not lying, I say. We're just not mentioning it. They never asked you about it, so you don't have to tell them. Besides, you have the right to go on vacation anywhere you want. He smiles thinly at my logic. Then why can't I tell them about it? I just think it's better to wait, I insist. They might not even see you there anyway, so why even say anything? He regards me for a moment. Shall we go to dinner now? I'm relieved that he let it go. I think we've spent enough money for today. Come eat dinner at my house. Okay, he says and steps closer to me. I must kiss you first. I'm smiling at the formal way he said that. I almost expected him to call me Miss Albrecht. Yes, Mr. Smith, I reply. I think you must. He pauses with a momentarily confused expression. Ah, my last name. Do you even know my last name? I ask him. He hesitates as he thinks about it. No. For shame, Mr. Smith, I admonish him as I get into my Pride and Prejudice speak. How can you ask for my hand in marriage when we haven't been properly introduced? I, sir, am Miss Albrecht. He stares at me in utter bewilderment, and I burst out laughing. It's how they talk in Pride and Prejudice, I explain. Which you still haven't watched with me, by the way. Anyway, my last name is Albrecht. He smiles. May I kiss you now, Miss Albrecht? You may, I answer in my best formal voice. I remember how he towered over me when I was a child, but now he doesn't have to lean down very far to kiss me. I have the thought that he was waiting for me to catch up to him before he turned human. Then thought gives way to sensation as I feel his lips on mine. Kissing him feels so good that I often wonder how it was possible for me not to feel this way the first time we kissed. Our kisses now instantly spark passion, and I don't even realize that Silas had pressed me against the car until he leaves me leaning against it when he tears himself away from me. He stands several feet away, catching his breath, but jerks out of the way when a woman honks at him so that she can pull into the parking spot he was blocking. "Let's go before you get run over," I tease him a bit breathlessly. We have calmed down by the time we arrive at my house, but Silas destroys my calm mood as soon as he speaks to my parents. "I'm staying at the same hotel you are in Florida." Justin gapes at him from where he is seated at the kitchen table. Dad turns to look at Silas after carefully setting down the roast he has pulled from the oven. Mom pauses in her task of setting another 2 plates on the table for us. She catches my guilty look as she glances at me. "You're going at the same time as us?" she questions Silas. "Yes," he replies. "I can't lie to you, even though Mila says it's not lying not to tell you." Mom and Dad both fix stern looks on me, and Justin laughs at the predicament Silas has put me in. "It's not like he's going with us," I begin. "Are you trying to tell us that it's a coincidence?" Dad demands. "No," Silas answers for me. "I made the reservation after Mila told me where she was going." Mom glares at me. "And you were planning to sneak away and see him every night?" "No," I exclaim. "We just wanted to spend some time together at the pool." "I bought swim trunks," Silas confirms. Mom ignores our explanations. "I can't believe you would do this behind our backs. What kind of example are you setting for your brother? Where were you going to tell him you were going in the middle of the night?" "She won't be seeing me in the middle of the night," Silas assures her. "You're damned straight she won't," Dad declares. "She'll be staying with her mother, and I'll be with Justin." "I don't need a babysitter," I plead. "I promise I'll stay with Justin." "Are you concerned that we'll have sex?" Silas inquires, to my absolute mortification. "We make sure that we're never alone so that we can avoid temptation. That's why I never take her to my apartment anymore." "It's true," Justin confirms. "Mila told me that Silas wants to wait until they get married." He grins at me after adding to my humiliation. Mom and Dad don't know how to react to what Justin just said, and I can't even speak. I've never been so embarrassed in my life as I am in this moment. "I just want to spend as much time with Mila as I can before I leave for Bible college," Silas says. "I don't want to do anything without your approval, so I won't go to Florida if you don't want me to." I'm distracted enough to overlook my embarrassment. "You're still dropping out? I thought you changed your mind after we started dating." "I will get my GED this summer and go to Bible college in the fall," he states. "I can't believe this," I complain. "You're gonna leave me alone for 2 years? Why would you do that? We could go to prom next year when you're a senior. It'll be bad enough spending senior year without you. Don't go to college before you have to." "I've been called by God," he tells me. "I must not delay my preparation to preach his gospel." "You're going to become a priest?" Dad asks in surprise. "Yes," Silas replies. "But you're dating Mila until you join the church?" Dad questions him. "He's not going to be a Catholic priest," I explain. "I will still marry Mila," Silas assures my parents. They have been thrown off balance by the news that Silas wants to be a priest, and I'm upset that he hasn't changed his mind about dropping out of high school. I wonder how our relationship can survive 2 years apart. It might as well be an eternity.